me coming out of the house. I think you can just about see that behind me, and also our almost finished patio. So there is yes, I'm a beginner. There is the part of the field that's going to be developed in the next few weeks. House emerging behind me, and here is the part of the field that has already been developed and has got stuff growing in it. Well, this is me the day after the big storm. Luckily, as you can see, my nursery polytunnel is still there. I delayed my seed sowing until then just to make sure that it wasn't all going to get blown away and completely waste my year's seeds. So I'm very happy about that. So here we have my still standing polytunnel. Beyond outside you can see my two main 20-metre polytunnels that are also still there, and just about make out my shed and shed roof all complete after the storm. So it's all systems go. This is happening. You can hear the wind and rain right now, but I'm cozy inside. So here is my main planting place. Here are various things that I've already sown. That is broad beans, that is onions and lettuce, which are activated by the sun, so they're exposed. Here's the onions, which are stacked up because they're not activated by the sun, so you can stack those. Here's a variety of seeds that I'm trying to work out what exactly am I going to plant first. So basically all those have got to be planted immediately as usual, so I'm going to try my best to get through those in the next couple of days. So watch this space. So this is how I do it. So that is a largish 130 odd cell module tray, and here's one I did as well. So that is actually spinach, true spinach, that's Samish or Samish possibly. And the way we do it, we take an empty one, we dump it on here, and we get our lovely compost, and we fill up all the cells, pressing them in slightly like that. And here we are a couple of minutes later, having leveled the top off, watered the whole thing. There is my chosen seed. It's going to be red Russian kale, which is delicious, good for salads as well as, you know, vegetable leaves. So what I'm going to do is poke a dent in every single one of these, which is quite satisfying. And then once I've done that, it's good to have the radio on when you do this type of boring job. I'm going to put one seed in each, and there we've got, when it's done, a whole row of red Russian kale to be planted out in, I don't know, 6 weeks ish, depending on the weather. And then hawk-eyed people might be able to see the seed in the bottom of each little module, but I'm going to close up I'm having difficulty with this because I'm looking through the phone, every single one here, because these aren't photo activated type of seeds, so we're covering them over. Now a lot of salads are, but these aren't, and that also allows me to do what I've done over here, which is stack them on top of each other until they start to sprout, which stops them from drying out, and I think keeps them a little bit warmer as well. So these ones, those are salads, and so I'm letting them see the light a bit more, and I haven't closed the little holes up, look. So the seed is in full sunshine, but the seed equally stays a little bit damp in the bottom of the hole. And there we go, a few hours later. That's 1420 seeds by my reckoning, all sown, and well, fingers crossed day for the weather. The wreckage you'll notice down there is the makings of a slightly wider seed bench. Due to expanding this year, I am needing a bigger bench, so there'll be just enough room for me to walk down here. That's my plan. Everything else is going to be seeds. That, by the way, and I won't name the retailer, is a seed packet of onions. 500 seeds apparently. Actually, there was 120 in there, so you might want to check that. It's only because, you know, probably I have psychological problems, which means I actually am aware of how many seeds are in most packets. But there you go, that's a bit of a warning, as you may be able to see the manufacturer, but I'm not going to name them. So, what's inside the polytunnels at this time of year? Hopefully we're out of the wind now. So here it looks largely empty, maybe it's half empty. I've recomposted it just a few weeks ago, and I've planted out some of the plants that have been overwintering. There you can see broad beans and some sort of leafy things, chard and so on down there. And the stuff that you can't see is a whole bunch of early season crops, including carrots and onions, that will pop up on their own. I've sowed them direct to save myself a bit of time, and the idea is this is all about season extension. In other words, getting your crops earlier at this time of year. Here's some salads that have been overwintering. That one's bolting nicely, but the lucky thing is you can eat all those flowers, so that is still quite productive actually. So we are going to have a look at next door polytunnel. These are 20 metres by 4 metres, all of them. This one has been planted out pretty much to this extent all winter. So at the back you can see red and white cabbages that have been there the whole winter since about, oh, I don't know, you know, November or something. Little bit of an experiment. They seem to be surviving, and the idea is that you, if you're one of my box customers, get your cabbages nice and early. So that is Lollo Rosso currently flowering. That'll be a bit bitter now. And this is Cavallo Nero, looking okay. You see, the thing is that I've been working in the winter, so I haven't been watering this as often as I possibly should have done. Here's some rather nice pak choy. That does so much better indoors than out. Another Chinese style leaves just over there. So let's have a think, in another few months, by about May time maybe, this will be full of tomatoes, but hopefully by that time this will mostly have been harvested.